Hello, everyone. Irit Ezips here from CSM Practice, the customer success strategy consulting firm. Today, we're going to talk about what the hell are you supposed to be doing if you're setting up a customer success program for customers that are using a solution that can't share usage data with you. It's because of security issues, because of whatever. Such type of companies are companies that are selling SDK solutions. There's no way to share actual data of consumption, but maybe some metadata. And there's definitely a certain cadence that you would try to apply with those types of companies, especially if your solution is used by enterprise companies. And so this specific use case is typically for companies that are selling SDK solutions. But if your company is working with large enterprise companies and you don't have access to usage data, I highly recommend watching this video. We're going to talk about how to do customer success and what are some of the lessons learned from such company. And I'm going to have Nir Cohen from Binah.ai, all the way from Israel, to share how his company has been approaching customer success practice and what worked for them in this particular situation. Stay tuned. Hi, Neil. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me.
Of course. Tell me, why are you so passionate about this topic, SDK? I mean, I have barely heard about this before. So what's so special about SDK software that we need to have a whole video about it?
So let's start, first of all, what is SDK? So SDK is a short software development kit or dev kit, actually a black box of code that we are selling to our customers. Okay, so it can be like a few things like coding languages, tools, libraries, documentation, code samples, processes, etc. And this is in one sentence, what is SDK?
What makes customer success a little different when working with SDK solutions?
So it's a great question, and I think that we call it marathon. It's a little different, and there's a new thing that we are right now talking about, and it's calling a marathon tactic. So what I mean that a classic customer success in a software company, so you're purchased, then you receive a credential or access, sign in, and start working with your platform. But with SDK, it's not such easy. It's taking a little bit time from the purchase until they go to the market, and the primary content can be on board, but the success will not depend directly on him. So if we are, for example, view the customer success methodology, we are looking at, or we are seeing it as a marathon tactic. And it means that we are running a marathon with our customers as their coaches. When do we need to push? When do we need to stay on the same rhythm? When do we need to stop for water or energy gel? We believe that this is the new customer success story, the marathon tactic, and it feels very high touch, human, and real.
Tell me a little bit about that. Like, what do you mean when you say marathon tactic? Like, does the lifecycle journey of the customer success with the customer changes?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we are more proactive. It's not that we are just sending an email and say to a customer, okay, this is your access to the platform and that's it, and walking by himself. We are walking very, very close to him, and we are actually holding his hand until he approach his app. Actually, we call it, we keep our fingers almost glued on the pulse of our customer as they begin to develop and launch their incredible innovation with Binah.
If I'm a CSM and I'm working with SDK software, what is the main goal here? Like, okay, how do I track the pulse of the customer? Like, my fingers glued on it. Like, what does it mean? If I'm a CSM, what should I be aware of? What should I be doing differently than when I would be with a regular software? If you liked what you've heard so far, that's awesome. More coming in a second here. But in the meantime, I want you to click that like button so that YouTube knows that this is great content and you can start sharing it with others.
We are proactive. We are high-touch customer success team. It means that you need to speak very often with your customer. We meet face-to-face with them or on Zoom. And we try to be like a good waiters at a fancy restaurant coming to fill up their water glasses even before they realize they need a refill.
We call it white glove enablement model in customer success. Do you think that that's true for any SDK software company, that they should always have white glove? That almost means to me that you have very few customers typically when you have an SDK solution.
I think, from my opinion, an SDK company need to be more close to their customers. It's more high touch customer than by nature, exactly, instead of low touch. Maybe we don't even have, I think, low touch customer. It's not part of our customers. We are talking about enterprise customer. Our customer are part of the 500 Fortune customers. So it's high touch. It's part of it. It's natural.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are some of the challenges that SDK solutions have versus other types of solutions? Like, for example, because it's like so packed, do you even have access to usage?
So the answer is no. We don't have a lot of access to the information, especially because it's Binah, they are taking measurements. So we don't have any access to their measurements. But we see it as an advantage because of the security information. But we have a lot of other things that we can collect data or usage on our customer, more usage than data.
You collect the metadata, not the actual data that's passing, but you collect the metadata. What kind of key metrics do you collect, like logins or how many packets were sent?
Exactly. So we are collecting activations, we call it, and measurements. I mean, how many devices use our SDK, or how many measurements this person do during a day, a month, a year. And according to that, we can know if the customer, not the end user, the customer is using SDK very often. The most important thing for us, because of the high touch, we want to see trends. And this is one of the most important things for us, or one of the most important KPIs for us, is the trend. We need to see trends. We need to follow the trends. And we need to tell our customers about these trends even before they realize about it.
Okay, so how do you track for health score? You mentioned something related to trends. What kind of trends alert you that something is going wrong?
Something going wrong, it means that we are giving to our customer the license. We're giving them a few weeks or a few days to start the integration. And then if we don't see any activation, it means that something go wrong, or we don't have the resource, or maybe we need to help him or to ask him what's going on. You receive the license, you receive the access to our support website, to the share file, to download the SDK. Why we don't see any activation on the license, or the dev license, not even the production? And then they can explain to us, okay, we have a problem, or we don't have a resource, or I'm waiting for external developer that will help me to build my app. Over there, we need to help him. We can do a lot of things. We can support him. We can send him like more maybe articles, do like a Zoom meetings with the product and R&D. We will do anything we can, to try to push him a little bit more. So we will launch his app as soon as he can.
What are some of the upsell opportunities for SDK software when working with customers?
It's a challenge. I think you are depend on the use case of the customer. If the customer will understand his use case, how he wants to launch the app, to which people, to which market. If you do like a go-to-market research, very, very good, then we start to see a lot of users and measurements, and the upsell will come from the usage of the license.
So the more they use, is it a consumption model, your subscription?
Exactly.
The more they use, the more you charge?
Exactly.
Is that typical for SDK?
I don't know. I can talk about Binah. We are giving them all the vital signs: heart rate, blood pressure, SpO2, and other vital signs. We don't have any limitation on the vital signs, but we are counting the measurements or the devices.
Well, I think it's so challenging because you don't really have access. And so I feel like doing customer success on that sort of solution is super hard, super challenging.
It is, and I think we have a lot of challenges. The management and the board are looking to see results, and they are also familiar and knowing about this challenge. It's a different, and this is why we are talking. I want, first of all, that people understand that there's also a customer success that working with SDK, they are not having a lot of information about their customer. On top of that, and we still need to deliver and make our customer happy and satisfied.
What is the main role of the CSM in an SDK company? Is it to be an industry expert, a product expert, and increase adoption, or consultative? Before we continue,
Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification button so that you don't miss out on any new videos.
So I would tell you, I think you need to be a human relation. You need to be with patience,
Yeah.
creativity, proactiveness, and a person of people. And maybe a little bit technologies, but I think this is the top 5 things on what I'm looking in my team, when I'm looking for a customer success manager.
You would hire someone with no technical background to your team?
Definitely, yes. If I will see that he's a person of people, if I will see that he's a creative and patient in a human relations, I believe, and again, it's my opinion, technology you can learn, but to be a person and to love people, it's not something that you can learn very easily.
I think that's always true when your customer, the person you're interfacing with, is not super technical either, and the solution is not highly complex. This is definitely doable. What tools are you using at Binah that you would recommend for other SDK companies?
So we are using Churn Zero, and this is the main customer success tool that we are using. It gives us the ability to see the trends. And also, we are the first customer success team in the world that integrate between Churn Zero, Criplex, this is our license server, Salesforce, and Zendesk.
So I'm really proud. Connecting Zendesk, Salesforce. So using Zendesk for support tickets, Salesforce for your upsell renewals, Churn Zero for activities and tracking usage trend. And you had a 4th one. What was the 4th?
Criplex. Criplex is the license server that we have. This is where we are hosting all our licenses for all our customers. So this is the first time ever customer success team doing this kind of integration.
Wow. Okay. So you push all that data.
Exactly.
It's like a competitor to some of the other subscription, like Zuora, some of the other subscription-based models, or is it specifically for SDK software?
It's specific for license. Server, exactly. So we are pushing all the data from Criplex and Zendesk and Salesforce to Churn Zero.
What kind of rules do you have to create alerts for your CSMs on your customer success software?
First of all, Churn Zero is helping us a lot. We are tracking or the alerts. First of all, we have alerts on the onboarding. Mm-hmm. It's very important for us to understand if the customer, for example, download the SDK.
Yeah.
Though we send him, all the credential and the access, didn't download the SDK. This is the first thing they want to do, to track on the alerts. The second thing that we want to know if we first of all is starting to using the SDK, and then we need to track or get alert on the license itself. And the third thing that we want to know is about trends. We want to know if the usage of the activation of the measurement is going up. Then we know that he launches up on Google Play or App Store, and we want to be very close to that and tell him, okay, we see a very, very good movement. And we want to tell him about it. There's another alert, or we don't see any movement at all. So it means that something happened. Maybe he stopped, maybe he didn't release another version of his app. Maybe people stopped working with this app. We want to know about it also so we can tell him about a new use case.
Yeah.
Maybe to talk with him about new vital signs. So it's very, very important to us to understand what is the status of our customer almost every day.
It's very rare to see a white glove service leveraging data so well. And so I want to congratulate you for making that investment in data to empower your customer success managers to be more proactive with your customers.
Thank you very much.
What about like for SDK? Are there any special, like you talked about the onboarding process, what kind of milestones do you have in the onboarding besides, okay, the person downloaded or the company downloaded the SDK? Are there any other milestones in that onboarding process that you would recommend other SDK software solutions?
Yeah, so again, one of the things that it's very, very important to us is to schedule follow-up meetings. One of our milestones is to do like a bi-weekly meetings with our customers, just to know every time what's going on with their project, if they have like a showstopper over there, when we're going to be the launch of their app, if there is any delay of the project, and we want to help them. Again, because we are working very, very close to them, this is the reason why we are try to do our best to meet them, as I say, every 2 weeks.
Lastly, when you're looking at onboarding a new customer success manager, what are the things that you're coaching them that's very special for SDK software so that they could be successful?
So I think when I interview people, I think they always ask me about data. do I have data? How do I see trends? Do you have it? And I try to all the time to explain to them. It's really different, There's no data. Just think that there is no data. You are going to talk with your customer. You're going to send emails, but not just emails. You're actually going to talk with your customers. And it's something that some of the people really, really like. Some of them say, okay, I don't like it, or I prefer not to talk with them so much. But again, we are talking a lot with our customers because this is the only solution to be proactive.
Yeah.
You cannot be proactive if you're just typing on the keyboard. You need to meet them face to face on Zoom. This is the way that you can feel them. I and our team, we want to feel our customers.
Do you charge for customer success? Sounds like a heavy touch.
I know there is a new movement to start charging about customer success. I think Binah right now is growing. So maybe right now is not the best timing to charge for customer success. I definitely believe in that. I think this is the right way. And maybe, in the future, in the near future, we'll be able also to charge them.
I want to thank you for sharing. There's not a lot of content about how to do customer success for SDK companies. And I think this is a valuable session that we had for anybody that works in that industry, essentially.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It really helps the channel if you subscribe and share this video with others. I always appreciate everybody's support of our channel. And if you have an interest to be in this channel and showcase your customer success approach, feel free to DM me on LinkedIn or whatever, and I'll see you at the next video.